Well, how about that then? Goodness me. Mamelodi Sundowns 3, Borussia Dortmund 4. And whatever you make of the result, you have to say, not only did they make themselves proud, they made the continent of Africa proud despite defeats. Africans around the world watching Sundowns go toe to toe with one of the European giants. Remember, 12 months ago, they were Champions League finalists. And now the African Champions League finalists almost got a result against them. 4-3. They went 1-0 up. But they will feel incredibly hard done by. At least two of Dortmund's goals really were unforced errors forced by the Sundowns players. I mean, what a start they had. They come into this game, and I thought that with the hot climate there, Sundowns would be more accustomed to the conditions than Dortmund, playing in Germany, a much cooler country. And what a goal from Lucas Ribeiro. It's a really good solo goal. He blitzes the whole Borussia defence. It's a brilliant finish, and I've got to say, the more I watch Lucas Ribeiro, and being genuine, you consider the current state of the Brazilian national team, Ribeiro could easily be in with a shout of getting into that Brazilian national team. I mean, what more has he got to do? He is a fantastic talent, assisted the winner against Ulsan HD, and then a fantastic goal there to give the lead against Dortmund. But what happened after that, to me, was a bad spell in the game for Sundowns, and it started off with the man usually you can trust the most, Ronwen Williams. He became Wrong Way Williams. Wrong Way Williams. What was that back pass? Was the sun in his face? A moment of madness. He's literally assisted the Mecha. And Dortmund, without even have to break a sweat in that heat, are back in the game at 1-1. And you go from that brilliant, fantastic goal from Ribeiro to an absolute gift to make it 1-1. And then somehow Dortmund just blitzed them. I think the confidence went after that error. They go 4-1 up. I mean, the second goal, it's a bit of quality. It's the ball in from Brandt. It's the Champions League top scorer, Girassi, heading it in, the Ghanaian international. The third goal, the first start for Dortmund for Joe Bellingham, and he gets a goal when he was the superior player of the match, I think they call it. 3-1. Bit of a deflection on that. And then they come out for the second half, and Svensson crosses the ball in. I think it comes off Madao. It's an unlucky own goal. Again, it's a really unfortunate incident. Like, there's not much you can do about it. An own goal is an own goal. A bit like what happened with Abu Ali against... who is it for Ahly when they played in the second game against Palmeiras? An unfortunate own goal. 4-1, you think, and the game's dead and buried. But the goal difference might be crucial when it comes to the last game against Fluminense, and that's why it's really important that Sundowns got back in the game. Mokoena, a brilliant ball in, and another goal for Rangers to make it 4-2. And they were thinking, here we go, 4-2. Few changes from the manager. And then we get Mortiba off the bench, making it 4-3, and we're thinking, wow, here we go. And there was a good save from Williams to deny Ben Sebaini with the header just before that. You take it to 4-3, and all of a sudden, you've got Dortmund time wasting against Sundowns. I mean, what the keeper was doing at the end was disgusting. Time wasting the free kick. I just think even though they lost 4-3 in a really positive performance, I think Sundowns will be disappointed with the errors that led to Dortmund's goals. And if you're going to make the mistakes, make them against Dortmund. That's what I'd be saying. I think the performance was good. I think we see some changes from the first game, and I think attacking-wise, Sundowns were more clinical than the first game against Ulsan when they should have scored more than one. This time they've scored 3, but they've let in 4. And usually the defence is so solid. I still think Divine Lunga at left-back had a fantastic game. And I do wonder with McKenna coming off and the Rangers coming off, were Sundowns thinking about, it's really hot, let's rest these guys now for Fluminense. So obviously Sundowns did win the first game against Ulsan. They had 3 points, have scored 4 goals in this competition, more than any African side. It's going to be blockbuster against Fluminense in the last game. Sundowns, for me, have a genuine opportunity of going through. I said before the cup started, I think they would go through alongside Borussia Dortmund. But we know how seriously the South Americans have been taking this competition. I think Ronwen Williams will be disappointed with that performance. We know he's so much better than that. He rarely ever lets in 4. And I think Dortmund won without being at their best, really. And I think 4 goals really flattered them. So Sundowns can certainly be positive going into that final game. And whatever happens at this tournament, they've given a really good account of themselves. They've shown why they're one of Africa's elite, if not Africa's best side at the moment, even though Pyramids won the Champions League, which again was a very close game. And I think going into that last game, I'd be going all out attack, and I'd be giving Rangers a bit more support. Ribeiro and Rangers obviously the guys, but you've got Matthews there as well. You've got Zvane. I wonder if he'll put a Motiba or a Shalulile up there as well. to really put some pressure, because of course Fluminense are a very old team. I think the keeper's about 46, and I think you've got Thiago Silva as well, I think now, who's a class act obviously, but Thiago Silva at 40 against Reina's, Matthews, Varney, Ribeiro, it's a different ball game completely. But you know, it's a bit like when Algeria played Sweden the other day, which of course Ben Sebaini and Svensson were also involved in. 4-3 loss, but you take some positives from it. We've just seen that Sundowns have competed. You know, we want these African teams to come to this competition and compete and not get embarrassed or outplayed. And I don't think anyone has yet. If you look at every game an African club's played, no one's been swept aside embarrassed. We've seen Esperance win, we've seen Sundowns win, we've seen Wydad put up a fight against Man City, we've seen Ahly should have beaten Miami. So I think all these sides have done well for the CAF, and I think Dr. Patrice, the CAF president, will be delighted with that. So yeah, I mean, as a Sundowns fan, what do you make of that? You play so well, but you lose 4-3. It's kind of a catch-22 situation, but you're not going to make those mistakes again. Williams is not going to do a back pass like that again. Medell's not going to score an own goal like that again. Let's see what happens in the final game. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.